these are live images that are being beamed straight from in front of the Rashtrapati Bhavan. This is the convoy, one believes, of the Prime Minister that, of course, is rolling into the Rashtrapati Bhavan premises. The swearing-in ceremony will begin, one expects, in the next 120 seconds. That's the amount of time, because at 7:15 is when the swearing-in ceremony was expected to start. The Prime Minister's cavalcade is rolling in. This is Modi 3.0. That's how this is going to be viewed. But this is going to be a very different Modi 3.0, because what we are witnessing at this moment is Narendra Modi, who for the first time in his political career will be leading a coalition government. His government, for its sustainability, relies on partners such as the JDU and the TDP. And this is going to be a very interesting moment in Indian politics to watch out as to how things, of course, go from here. How will the coalition affect the running of the government is something that's been spoken about a lot. And how will Narendra Modi be as the Prime Minister who's heading a coalition government for the first time in his political career? Because this, remember, is a important moment. No other leader except for Jawaharlal Nehru has won 3 straight elections. Narendra Modi has won 3 straight elections. But this time round, he's having to make a government with the help of his coalition partners. That's the distinction. Whereas Nehru, in the 3 elections that he fought in 1952, 57 and 62, had managed to win 3 straight majorities. And now the Indian Prime Minister, of course, is making his way up the dais. This is the big moment of the swearing-in ceremony. Prime Minister designate Narendra Modi is there on your screens to be sworn in as the Prime Minister for a 3rd straight term. But this time round, he'll have to follow coalition dharma. And it'll be very interesting to see as to how different a Prime Minister he'll be from the last 2 terms that he's had as the Prime Minister of India.
The man of the moment, Mr. Narendra Modi, who will make history in just a few moments from now, as he returns greetings of his colleagues, of the cabinet, and people who have come here.
As the dusk begins to fall in New Delhi, this is the dawn of a new era in Indian politics. This is what the Rashtrapati Bhavan looks like. It is beautifully lit up. The top dome of the Rashtrapati Bhavan, of course, has been lit up in the colors of the tricolour. And there, Narendra Modi is seated right next with him is Rajnath Singh and the other members of his party and the coalition who will all be sworn in as part of the cabinet in a few moments from now. And the swearing-in ceremony should begin any moment from now. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has, of course, created history. He's only the 2nd individual after Jawaharlal Nehru to have won 3 straight victories as the Prime Minister. But this time around, he's, of course, leading a coalition. So it's very interesting to look at the faces who are seated there along with Narendra Modi on the dais. You have Rajnath Singh, and you also have these foreign dignitaries who have all come here to attend the swearing-in ceremony. You have the Bangladeshi Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. You have Mohammad Muizzu, the man who ran his campaign of India out to become the president of Maldives. He's seated there in the swearing-in ceremony of Narendra Modi. An interesting turn of events in India's foreign policy there. And you also have the crucial and key leaders of the Bharatiya Janata Party along with its alliance partners who are seated on the dais for this ceremony that is to begin any moment now. And that is Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar making his way to the venue where the swearing-in ceremony is about to begin in a few moments from now. This, remember, is a crucial moment in Indian politics. Since the election results have, of course, come out, the politics of India has changed in a decisive manner. There is going to be continuity, but there's also going to be change. The continuity is that Narendra Modi remains the Prime Minister. The change is that he'll, of course, be running a coalition government. The Vice President there greeting the foreign dignitaries and then taking his chair along with them.
महोदय, सभी का अभिवादन स्वीकार करते हुए, अपना स्थान ग्रहण करते हुए.
All right, so in some moments from now, we'll of course have clarity on the shape and form of the Modi 3.0 government. This is both change as well as continuity, as we've been talking about. We also see Nirmala Sitharaman, who has been the finance minister in the earlier Modi tenure, and she's also seated there up on the dais for the oath-taking ceremony. And it's going to be very interesting to see as to who ends up getting which portfolio, what kind of a turnaround will there be for the many leaders of the BJP and also the NDA coalition partners. Who will be accommodated, who will be left out? These are some of the big questions which will be answered in the next few moments from now. This is what the Rashtrapati Bhavan looks like at this moment. Narendra Modi's new team to lead the third tenure of his prime ministership will be revealed in some moments from now. The Indian Prime Minister looking on as the ceremony is, of course, about to begin in some time. And he's earlier had a meeting with many of the top NDA leaders and the BJP leaders. He's also met with senior leaders of his own party. And it's going to be very interesting to see as to how things, of course, change from here on. He's seated right next to Rajnath Singh. Will be very interesting to see whether Rajnath Singh continues as the defense minister or will he get a different ministry this time round. But also the power equation between the Bharatiya Janata Party and its coalition allies, such as the TDP and the JDU, will be gauged from what concessions the BJP would have to make to stay on in power. Because remember, Narendra Modi is someone who's known to run a very tight-knit government, who wants to keep the portfolios very close to his inner circle. And it'll be very interesting to see as to what accommodations will be made for the JDU and the TDP, without whose support Narendra Modi could not become the Prime Minister. This is the era of coalition government that is back. Coalition dharma will have to be followed. This is again the moment of kingmakers who've now made their way back into New Delhi. How will Narendra Modi be different, considering that his government relies on the support of its coalition partners, is what is going to be looked at. So on the stage there are the crucial and the core members of the Narendra Modi cabinet, and how things will change is something that we'll have to wait and watch out for.
ब्लूग्लेस के इस फैनफेयर ध्वनि के साथ उनका शुभागमन होगा। माननीय राष्ट्रपति महोदया का शुभागमन, उनके साथ राष्ट्रपति के सचिव।
All right, so that is the President of the Republic of India, Ms. Draupadi Murmu, now making her way to the ceremony. So the ceremony is, of course, expected to begin in a moment from now. President Draupadi Murmu will be swearing in the Prime Minister along with the cabinet ministers. It remains to be seen as to how many of the cabinet members will be sworn in the ceremony today. This is the third time that Narendra Modi is going to be sworn in as the Prime Minister of the Republic of India, and President Draupadi Murmu is, of course, here for the ceremony.
माननीय राष्ट्रपति महोदया, आपकी अनुमति हो तो समारोह प्रारंभ किया जाए। मंत्री श्री नरेंद्र दामोदर दास मोदी। मैं नरेंद्र दामोदर दास मोदी ईश्वर की शपथ लेता हूं कि मैं विधि द्वारा स्थापित भारत के संविधान के प्रति सच्ची श्रद्धा और निष्ठा रखूंगा। मैं भारत की प्रभुता और अखंडता अक्षुण्ण रखूंगा। मैं संघ के प्रधानमंत्री के रूप में अपने कर्तव्यों का श्रद्धापूर्वक और शुद्ध अंतःकरण से निर्वहन करूंगा तथा मैं भय या पक्षपात, अनुराग या द्वेष के बिना सभी प्रकार के लोगों के प्रति संविधान और विधि के अनुसार न्याय करूंगा। मैं नरेंद्र दामोदर दास मोदी ईश्वर की शपथ लेता हूं कि जो विषय संघ के प्रधानमंत्री के रूप में मेरे विचार के लिए लाया जाएगा अथवा मुझे ज्ञात होगा, उसे किसी व्यक्ति या व्यक्तियों को तब के सिवाय जबकि प्रधानमंत्री के रूप में अपने कर्तव्यों के सम्यक निर्वहन के लिए ऐसा करना अपेक्षित हो, मैं प्रत्यक्ष अथवा अप्रत्यक्ष रूप से संसूचित या प्रकट नहीं करूंगा।
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.